Hey, and thanks for joining us on this week's episode of For All Things Lexington, the only show dedicated to Lexington, South Carolina, and where a spade is always a spade. Here we'll talk to and about people, places, groups, things to do, and places to go in and around Lexington, South Carolina. I'm your host, Angela Barrett, and this is For All Things Lexington. Brought to you in part by GervaisStreetBridge.com, Columbia's most unforgettable free-to-list business directory. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I have got a room full and I'm excited. I have today with me Chef C and his beautiful wife, Janisa, or Juju. They are the duo of Creole Gravy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I have Jason Burns. He's with Guild Mortgage. Yep. And he is one of the biggest foodies that I know. Without being a chef or a chef's wife. And then I have Chef Garrett here, and Garrett is a friend and neighbor, lives down the street, and he has worked, well, all over, and too many places to name, actually. But I know, like, slightly south of Broad.
Slightly north of Broad.
North of Broad, right. In Charleston and High Cotton, and then some fancy places in Italy that I can't pronounce. But thank y'all for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, good.
Welcome to it.
So, Creole Gravy, where did that name come from?
It came from me just being from Louisiana and growing up around the culture and being called a Creole child or so on. We was trying to figure out a name for it and nothing really stuck out.
It didn't go that way.
No?
No. What happened was I was in the kitchen.
I love it.
I was in the kitchen and I was like, "You're great. What do you want to call this? Because I'm an entrepreneur and this is what we're going to do." So
this was your idea?
No, it just kind of happened. Like, we know that he comes from a family of feeding people and they're not chefs by any means, but you know, they put the love in the food. And when we got together years ago, almost 8 years now, I was like, this man can really cook. And my mom was a chef, actually. So I was like, let's make it a business, figure it out. We started selling plates and he was like, call it Creole Gravy. That's how it happened. It literally came out like that. It just
came out.
And I'm not from Louisiana. I'm like, gravy, like mashed potatoes. And then we had a whole conversation as to what a gravy is.
Right.
In Creole terms, essentially.
Yeah.
And speaking of the business, you decided to start this in the middle of a pandemic.
Yes, we did.
Okay, now I'm going to ask why.
All right, so pretty much I knew that I didn't want to do like hard labor or work for someone else for the rest of my life. So I always had this passion of cooking, this passion of just, making something in the kitchen. And I just started shifting my life towards the direction of being a self-employed person, and it just started flowing.
So had you already gone to school? Or you start?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've already been to the culinary school.
Yeah, Louisiana Culinary Institute. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And before that, you worked at Gigi's, wasn't that the name of it?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
looked up.
Yes, ma'am.
You've got to look up this restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
The food looked, and it does look like the gravy you would put on mashed potatoes, but it looks like, I mean, 10 pounds heavier.
And where's
trying to-
Gigi's? That's in Lafayette?
Yes, sir. Lafayette.
It's Sweets and Treats now.
Right.
So
But it was a.
she shifted her perspective because she started getting ahead of the game. She saw an opportunity. She's a cake decorator as well. She's a pastry chef, but back then Gigi's is where it was at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gigi's,
Oh,
and it was economic. It wasn't expensive, but you'll be full, you'll be happy, you'll be around good people, and
Enjoy the music because our culture is another culture is different in music. We have Zydeco, and that's kind of like salsa, but super different.
Have you ever heard bachata? Like Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, what they dance to.
yeah.
So it's like very much so that, but French and black influence. So you
Definitely.
add in a little soul, you have a little line dance thing, and
That sounds like fun.
I don't know how else to explain it, but it's awesome. It's like line dancing meets bachata. Yeah.
Definitely.
That does sound like fun.
Definitely.
So tell me, I know I read that you were a fusion cook,
Yes, ma'am.
and you've just thrown a little Mardi Gras into about everything.
Yes, ma'am. so pretty much the Mardi Gras, as y'all know, is like a day where everybody gather up, they enjoy each other's space and time.
Big party.
Yeah.
Big party, all types
Louisiana
of
Christmas.
beads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good way to explain it for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
all types of beads, all types of good food. It's so loving and welcoming. Like everybody travels to
Oh yeah.
Louisiana for that a special day, a Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
So what would you say Creole gravy is known for? You had to pick out one thing.
Oh, I do
I
the
got you.
invoicing.
I got you. So Creole gravy is pretty much known for our Creole lemon pepper wings. That's very, very, very popular.
Yeah.
Ha.
Sounds
It's
really good.
Bones after, I
Bones
guarantee
are
you.
left.
No matter what crowd I'm put up against, it's always the same.
It's a party wing, but it's smoked. And then it's fried and it's seasoned with his signature sprinkle of Mardi Gras
Seasoning.
love. I don't know what he's
Now
doing
you
back
guys are
there.
getting
I don't
hungry.
even know the
Yeah, I
ingredients.
know,
Yeah.
me too.
But yeah, it's Creole crack on the chicken.
Yeah.
Smoked, fried.
So if I have to pick 3, it would be that, the gumbo, and
The Creole pasta.
yes, the Creole Cajun pasta.
Yes. So it's a lot of times people will choose either salmon or chicken, like herb chicken breast, blackened
shrimp.
chicken, or shrimp, or a combination because we're personalized like that. That's what we really pride ourselves on offering. We
Yes.
tend to have people with dietary restrictions or people that happen to be vegetarian or pescatarian. And we're like, no problem. You have a party of 15 and 2 people need gluten-free or whatever, no problem. So
Oh, that's
we're
good.
accommodating, and we found much success in being a customized service because we do everything from date night to business luncheons and corporate events. But it's the same results every time with those
Yes.
top 3. Bones
Definitely.
are left, they look like as if they've been licked clean.
And people are happy.
Yep, and people
Oh,
are
that's
happy.
good. That's good.
Now, how did you get into it? Like, how did you decide like you wanted to cook? Because like for me, like my dad always worked, but
Yes.
like the only time we really got to hang out with my dad was when him and his friends were grilling. So for us,
Yeah.
like we learned to grill because like if you want to spend time with dad, like you grill. Like that was
You're right.
And then all of a sudden, like from realizing, okay, I really love this. Like this is
Yeah.
awesome. And then like you tip your toe into the professional world, and it's like joining the circus. Like, yeah, I have no idea. Like, it's just my hat's off to you. I mean, it is just absolutely bananas. Because like every night you cook, you're the center stage. Like, it's got to go right. It's
Yes.
got to go correct.
Everything
But like,
has to
there's
be
a
perfect.
whole lot of stuff that happens in between. So like, what got you in it? Like,
Not wanting to go to college.
Yeah.
It just wasn't his thing. Like,
Yeah, I'm kind of more so like they're like engineer when it comes to a lot of things, but like with food, like I can get away from everything and just put all the love into such a brilliant meal, or whatever I'm doing, I like to put my all in it and leave it. And cooking just it's providing so much for me and my family to where.
So did it come naturally? I know you went to school, but I mean, was this just something that, I mean, there's some people who can, I don't know, dance, some people who can't.
Right,
Was
like
the same with cooking? I mean, it just came naturally?
Yes, ma'am. It came very naturally. My mom can cook, my dad can cook, my grandmother can cook. It just came super natural because it was like, all right, you're either going to cook or you're going to starve, pretty much. So,
Yeah, really.
But I started to,
No pun intended.
right. So I started to, create, dishes that I started to master and then remaster.
I did want to correct something from previously because I'm just remembering how you asked the question. This school was secondary.
Oh,
so
okay.
the love for food was from the family, and it was like, okay, well, I'm not going to go to college. The trade world, right?
Right, sure.
So he comes from a background of mechanics on his father's side. Actually, both of your grandfathers are
Both,
mechanics.
yes.
So mechanics wasn't really his thing, and he can do it. He's good at it, but he wasn't passionate about it. He's done welding and all of those things,
Yeah.
but it always
Lumber
brought us
mills.
back to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, when you're passionate about something, it's not really even like it's a job. If it comes sort of second nature, it's just something you do, and you.
It's like
Get
a
paid
hobby.
to do it.
It's like a hobby. I
And
love
I
to
commend
do
them.
it.
I mean, I think a lot of people have that love for food where they want to take that leap of faith and
Right.
go out on their own and do a business, and especially during the pandemic. I mean,
Yeah.
I commend you for that for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It was crazy, like speaking of the pandemic, I just had our last daughter. We have 5 daughters.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we have 5 of them. And I just had our last one, and he was working at a warehouse. He's a heavy machine operator. And it wasn't even making sense, all the trouble that he was going through, not bringing in like
Driving back
much
and forth.
to show for the stress and the whatever he was going through. And I said, babe, I have a degree. I'll go back to work. Like, I will go and do my thing because I'm in sales at the end of the day. That's easy compared to 12-hour shifts and what he was doing and just not being happy. I don't believe in you not enjoying what you do. So we had a baby. 6 weeks after maternity leave, I started a job. They hired me 8 months pregnant. And I was like, okay, job it is. And he quit his job almost 2 years ago now to do this full time.
Nice.
And it's taken off since then.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has.
Yeah.
Now, you were talking about creating dishes. What is your process for creating a dish? I mean, how's that?
All right, so my biggest inspiration in like everything that I go through is her, because she can be looking up something on YouTube or
Pinterest.
Pinterest and be like, hey, can you make this? Is that a challenge? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
It is.
I can
Most
make it.
definitely.
So, her and my kids, like, they're just my biggest, inspiration as far as my new dishes that I make. I've elevated so many dishes that I've just started to want to do more and do more and do more.
Yeah, like a Nigerian stew one time. It's a stew called efo rio, which means spinach, stewed spinach. So it's a Nigerian dish, and we did our ancestry, and we're both actually, I'm 20% about Nigerian. And I was looking like on Pinterest, and I came across this, and I was like, oh, that's like, I have some roots there. I bet you can't do this because you know nothing about it. This man killed it. First try. It's on our website. I mean, it's on our Facebook and our website. I'm like, efo rio, what even is that? Did you know what that was?
No.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, but it's like a curry, a stewed curry spinach served over rice.
Yeah, I
And
watched the
so it's
video.
very Creole when you think about it.
Yeah.
Stew, and I was like, he can do it, but I'm going to challenge him anyway because there's technique in there. You have to not make the spinach slimy. Like
Yeah,
that's
'cause
the
it
main
can-
thing.
it
Like
can get
if
slimy.
if you make it slimy,
Definitely
and
can.
if the consistency of the curry isn't there, then I would have told him 100% it's wrong.
Yeah, she's my tough. Oh my.
I don't go
Her
easy
and my
on them.
oldest daughter, they're so tough. They
Well, you got to have a critic somewhere.
It's true.
definitely do.
With love.
That's right.
Yeah, we
With
love.
love.
Constructive. So I know that your website said something about meal plans. Tell me about that. What is?
Yeah, so pretty much we take care of meal prepping for the people that can't cook or is impaired or whatever the case may be. We prepare meals for them, give them a budget, give them what they need to know about these meals, how it can help them health-wise, and
okay.
we support that.
Yeah. A lot of times people that are in assisted living situations or are disabled,
Injured.
which I don't enjoy that word, but
Right.
for lack of a better word, those that are temporarily unable to do for themselves in that way, that kind of empowers them to, there's some cooking, like he doesn't cook the whole thing for them. So he'll
Right.
compartmentalize it. And that's also a learning opportunity for people to learn how to cook. So if you have your protein and you have your veggie and you have your starch or whatever it is, you can put the finishing touches on it.
Yeah.
And if you're not able to do that, then of course the meals will be thoroughly cooked and we'll just drop it off to you that way. So a lot of people don't know that about us, but we do that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
we
that
do
was
offer that.
interesting.
So how do we get a hold of you if we did want a book here? You said you're on Facebook?
Yes.
Facebook, we're on Thumbtack, and we're started, and we do have a actual website. It's called www.creolegravy.com.
Yep.
What is Thumbtack?
Thumbtack is a platform to where you can get leads for booking events, private
Gotcha.
parties.
Yeah.
And I can go there and book you guys? Or-
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Definitely.
It's kind of like an Angie's List. If that's even still around, I'm not sure. Okay, maybe you should start your own. You should start your own. But you know, you can hire a professional if you need a decorator, you need an event planner, you need whatever
Gotcha.
it is for a lot of your events. We're on there as a private chef, as a caterer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Cool. Well, I'm ready to try some gumbo. Are you guys?
Oh yes, I didn't even realize we were going to be able to do that.
Yes, yes.
Huge plus.
All right, I'm ready to try. Oh, I was gonna say you better try.
Sorry, I've already been eating it.
Yeah.
It's very good. A lot
Oh,
of
that's
deep
del-
flavor.
Yeah, that is delicious. Maybe I should have eaten this before
So
too.
what y'all tasting is the well, y'all tasting a lot of stuff, but the main thing is the peppers, the onions, and the celery. So what I do with that is I just saute that in my my roux mix. The roux mix is a flour and 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of oil. And you got to keep whisking it till it gets like a velvety, smooth color, and then
It's delicious.
Yeah.
So tell me, you were the whole week of the Masters. You were booked down there.
Yes,
Tell me
ma'am.
what you did down there. That had to be fun.
it was fun. It was a crazy experience. So pretty much,
bet.
I was cooking for four different parties.
Oh wow.
corporate parties.
Corporate, yes. And for like 2 days, I had to be up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, earlier than what we discussed. And
Yeah.
it was incredible. I got to cook aged ribeye steak for the
wow.
people for the Masters. And
His creamy Michelin star
yes,
eggs.
yeah,
Oh.
Yes.
So were you doing
lobster.
breakfast?
Yes,
You
I was
did
doing
all three.
Yes, I did all 3 courses.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh well, you were up there the whole time.
So
Yes.
we had 4 different groups. One of them was a last minute add-on
Definitely.
because they were booked, as you can imagine. And we had 3 people that airmailed us checks just to get on our calendar, like overnighted us checks because the slots were filling up. And those were planned. Now, they threw us for a little bit of a loop because things happen on the green. It was raining, all of those things. But in our profession, we have to be prepared. And prepared we were.
Yes, had to be.
We had someone else that was like, oh, they just want like a dinner done for them. It happens to be his wife's birthday. Could you please? So we catered that last minute event.
Last minute, but it got done.
Yes.
So tell me your part. I mean, obviously, I know you keep the books and keep him straight, where to be, who to be, and what you're cooking. That part I get. But do you cook as well, or?
I can cook. I have my mother is a chef. She was a cook my whole life. She was a cook for the U.S. Army.
Ah.
Yep. And then she transitioned to a state job where she actually taught rehabilitating. Is that even a word? Did I make it up? Maybe I did.
so.
Sorry.
No, I think you should.
Inmates how to cook and prepare healthy meals for themselves. So she was in the prison system there, and me, I know how to cook because my mom was a cook. She's very technical. She's Italian. If I don't know anything, I know how to cook pasta. I know how to cook sauce and soup, and I can make a mean salad. But I am I'm definitely not the one like doing all the meats and the temperatures and things of that nature. But I know food safety, and we adhere to those guidelines. And I know cook times, like when something's overcooked, things like that.
Sure.
So if he's gone, the kids won't starve, but they will miss him dearly.
Yes, they would.
So now, who helps y'all when you go to these big, and you're doing a big one? Y'all have other people. I mean, it can't be just the two of you.
Yes, ma'am. We have a sous chef that also comes to my bigger events to help out with that.
Now we have two, actually.
Yeah, we have two sous chefs. Sorry.
And we have a kitchen manager.
We have a baker.
When it's not me. That's why I'm laughing. When it's not me being the kitchen manager.
So you just wear pretty much all the hats.
I didn't even sign up for that job. I don't even know when I became the kitchen. He's like, you're the kitchen manager. You're supposed to have this on a timer. And I was like, oh, okay.
But a timer works 100% of the time.
It's true.
It definitely helps.
When you remember to turn it on.
Hey Siri,
That's
set a
amazing.
timer.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't get yelled at when you use a timer. It happens every time. It's
Yeah,
off. Clock.
but I do a lot of the event coordinating, and I do customer acquisition. So I'm marketing. I designed our website. I designed our logo. Do a lot of things. I didn't know I had a background in web design, but I think I did
didn't know
pretty
neither.
good.
She
We had to
came
be
up
on
with a web
TV.
design.
We were asked to be on TV, and I was like, we don't have a website. That's gonna look good for the masses. So I figured it out. I stayed up till midnight a couple nights in a row and built a website, designed the logo, got the logo printed on his jacket, embroidered on his jacket, and yeah, that's what I do.
Make it happen.
I make it happen. And when
Make
people
it
call
happen.
in, they usually get me. I do a menu consultation for them, and that's it.
And so my next question is, how do you do all that with 5 children?
I still don't know.
5.
Are they
children.
part-time employees as well?
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
and they're all girls.
They're all girls.
Oh wow.
They're all girls. With appetites, for sure. Like appetites of grown men, let me tell
Different
you.
appetite.
Tell me the ages.
Different.
So our oldest is 12, and then we have a 7-year-old, and then are you ready? 3, 2, and 1.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Man
not
with
gonna
a plan.
say anything else. Are we going to have any more?
No, not looking to find any more of them. No, I think we're done. It's my last year in my 20s, and he's turning 28 very soon.
Not even 30 yet.
No, but we're done having kids. I think that's just a good
We're all
cutoff.
standing here going,
I've got 2. I can't imagine 5.
I know, right? They're expensive.
Man,
you hadn't even gotten to the expensive part
no, we
yet.
haven't. But
Well,
What,
as far as
12-year-old?
food, the 12-year-old eats scallops and clams and lobster.
Can you blame her?
everything.
I'm the cause of that problem.
Oh my goodness.
But we save a little bit of money because he can't eat all of that stuff. He's actually allergic to shellfish.
Yeah.
So he can cook the heck out of
I
it.
can cook it.
but he better not consume it because I'm not raising 5 children by myself.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm from the state that produce, you know, the most seafood and that cooks, you know, the most seafood.
Crawfish.
I can't even touch it.
Yeah. Wow.
But I can, but then I can't.
You can
I
touch
got
it.
Yeah.
You can't eat it.
Yeah.
And you can't touch your face.
Yeah.
Can't touch my
Ooh.
face
He'll
after. That's
swell
why
up.
I wash my hands.
Yeah, yeah. So, what's been your favorite job that you've had done so far?
Mine's. As far as
Like in an event or a house or a...
man, it's hard because every event is like a memorable moment.
Yeah.
Like
It's hard to pick
You must
one.
not be a golfer. I would have to say the Masters.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we didn't get to have any fun. We didn't get to-
Gotcha.
Yeah, we were cooking the entire time.
I do have one, and it kind of moved me and my wife. It was this one event where we was cooking a gumbo for a family of
8.
8. The kids was doing something for their parents. Their parents just had their 50th anniversary. You know, they were crying. They were so emotional. We made it very memorable.
Yeah.
My wife helped me. She helped host and sing.
I did sing.
I like that I did sing.
It was incredible. It was a great moment
that's great.
that I would never forget because
We got to hear these grown adult children pour back into their parents, and we from the kitchen, from the other room, we heard the parents saying, "Thank you guys so much for this. This is beautiful. This is wonderful," because we had the place settings and we had the table set up nice. We had the speaker. We had the ambiance. We played music, and we just treated them like family because we're received as family. And we cooked for them in their home, and we heard them say, "Thank you so much for this, you guys." Or they probably said y'all because I'm from up north. So y'all. And thank you so much for this, y'all. This is so nice. And they told their parents, they're like, "Well, you've been treating us this way our whole lives. So we had to give something back to you."
Oh,
And I will share that they didn't have a whole lot of money. It was a process with what I do, going back and forth, quoting, re-quoting. Can we take this off? Can we still? And I worked diligently for 2 weeks just to get them on the schedule because no one could make up their minds with who was going to pay.
Sure.
So I did discount it, but it didn't matter because my heart was so full and his heart was so full by the time we left, because that's what we're in business for, to bring the right energy to your event. Like, we're going to bring the food. The food is good. The flavor is good. I hope you agree.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
if you don't cook it with the right energy and you don't come with the right attitude, people are not going to have a memorably delicious time.
Right.
So
Yeah, that is sweet. That is special.
that family, we're still in touch with them too.
Oh, how
And
sweet.
they gave back to us later down the road. It was actually a weird connection, but this guy, he had a strong background in IT, and he actually ended up reworking my dad's resume. My dad was having a hard time trying to catch a job somewhere during that time, and
just came back to the U.S.
Yep.
He was in Ghana.
he was in Africa, my dad. And so he came back, and within 2 weeks, this guy reworked his resume and he got a job.
nice.
So you give and you receive,
Yeah.
and then you pay it forward.
Yes.
Yep.
That's right.
There you go.
So where do you see Creole Gravy in 5 years? Told you I was going to ask.
Definitely a household name.
Yes.
Everyone is going to know about us. We're going to be a thriving company that's going to give back, as we also receive, good things.
I have no doubt whatsoever. It's delicious.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I'll let you in on a little sneak peek because it's you, but you have to make Angie's list.
She don't want to do that.
You got Angela's for Lexington list.
Yeah, there you go.
Honestly, it's a thing. I'm telling you. But we're thinking that we should do like Airbnb bed and breakfast. So that way we can bring people to the Carolinas, bring people to Lexington, and have a couple of our like pop-up properties. 5 years is a little zealous for a few properties, but I think that one property to start as a bed and breakfast is obtainable, and you can hire the chef throughout your stay at your convenience if you want breakfast and dinner, or if you just want dinners, prepared for you. If you want us there to party with you, or you want it just dropped off for your family, we can do that. So that's what we're working on. Hope I didn't speak too soon.
No.
Oh, that's a great idea, though. I mean, just from even, families coming here, but think about the other thing, like a bunch of girls want to get away.
Yeah,
but
a
we
staycation.
we don't really want to go too far. Kids
Yeah.
might need you, whatever. So, hey, we're going to be right over here, but pretend we're somewhere else. Just a girls' weekend.
Definitely.
But we're not too far in case something happens.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And we should do an Evan, Georgia one too.
Yeah.
So that way, when we do the Masters, because we've been asked to come back next year,
Oh, nice.
is to have a house that we can rent out to our clients to use, or to anyone else that
Yeah.
happens to be right there in proximity to the green.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nice plans.
Yes.
You guys
Yes.
got any other questions? They've got 5 girls to get home to.
This
We can
was
stay.
That
We
was
can
delicious.
stay.
Thank you guys so much.
It was no problem.
Pleasure meeting you.
It was a pleasure meeting you too.
Thank you so very much for being here today, and I'm excited about this. And thank y'all for being here as well. This was fun.
Can I have one? I have a question.
Sure.
Actually. I would like for you to expound a little bit. I see your bowl cup there is empty, but we only accept honest feedback, honestly, because we gotta grow.
Yeah.
What was great is you had a nice heat to it.
Yep.
So it didn't jump out like in the front. It just kind of built
Tickle.
to the back.
Yes, sir.
And so like you're able to eat it, enjoy it, have the experience the heat. Like a real Cajun Creole food should be. Like
Yes, sir.
so often you go somewhere and they just crush it with red pepper, and it's like, well, where's the white pepper? Where's the black pepper?
Where's the cayenne?
Yeah, like it should be like every pepper's got a different flavor. It's got a different oil, and it's built that way. So when it hits your tongue, it just coats your palate. I mean, the oil, the fat, like it just keeps it there. It just, it was great. It was awesome. You do a great job.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. I love it.
Yeah.
And coming from another chef,
Yes.
that speaks volume for sure.
I know.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
does. I'm flattered because I'm like,
No, I would eat this all day watching football.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us bring it
All
to
day.
you next
So
time.
now we know where to get it, right?
Are you guys booked through the end of the year, or you guys have some availability?
it's building up.
We are booking up. We're booked into November at this point, not completely booked. So we do have spots available. More so in the beginning of October, maybe 1 week at the last, a couple of slots at the last end of October, but we're booked into the second week of November, scattered through. But people are already
Christmas,
asking
we better get
about
them now.
Christmas, and Christmas hasn't come up yet, but Thanksgiving has a few times. And we do travel. So we've gone as far as Myrtle Beach. We just came back from a gig out there. Then we've gone as far as Savannah, Georgia Yacht Club. We've catered there, and it was phenomenal. So if you ask
it was
me
phenomenal.
which one of my favorites,
I really thought that's what he
up
was going to say since it was on the water.
But you would think so, but it was very high stress, I want to say, and I wasn't
It
even
was,
cooking.
yeah, it was like,
You got to explain what the setup was.
I'm about to. So pretty much we had to do like refill after refill after refill. And then, all right, so we had hors d'oeuvres. Was out there? Yeah, hors d'oeuvres,
Shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits.
Moose bouge.
moose bouge, shrimp
One
and grits.
biters.
Yes.
And then
Whew. We had
the wings.
flatbread pizza. We had my wings that I was talking about.
I saw pictures
Bones.
of those wings too.
Were
They were
gone.
phenomenal.
Were gone. We had the
Herb chicken salad
The-
tea sandwiches.
yes, with the cucumber.
fresh, thinly sliced cucumber on the top, which I can't cut that way yet.
I had the little caviar with the black caviar eggs, and then I had the salmon eggs. The more
Smoked salmon roses with caviar.
Yeah. I had it like it was a rose on top, just sitting,
On a
and then
crostini.
you had
Yeah.
the caviar. Yeah, and what else? What was that?
Oh, then you did the
Crab cakes.
There was a pasta
Pasta,
nest.
Pasta
with the
nest.
Parmesan and the herbs.
and then I
fresh
did
herbs.
crab cakes. So it was
so much.
it was a lot of food.
Yeah.
It was good though. He did
Oh,
really.
yeah,
It was
yes.
just him
That
and the
sounds
sous
like a lot of
chef,
work.
but it was a learning experience because the timing, as you know, when
Yes.
people are kind of getting hungry and the food is not out yet,
It's called hangry.
Yeah.
they weren't hangry yet because we won't let that happen.
Oh, no.
But they were kind of like, okay, the charcuterie board is getting old, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
right.
where's the real foods? But as soon as that started happening, kitchen manager kicked in. I was like, all right, I need you guys on. I got 5 minutes to such so-and-so.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of teamwork in that regard.
Timing's
But
tough.
A lot of
Timing is everything when you're
it
serving people
is.
food.
Oh my.
and we are always serving at least 2 courses. Sometimes they won't have us for a cake or something like that, but we're doing at least an appetizer and or a salad with breadsticks, and we're doing the entree. So
Yes.
Well, that timing, like what you talk about is, like if we were to cook a meal right here, like we can make everything and eat it all at once, and everybody would be like, "This is amazing." But like if I go to dinner, and you bring my steak out, when you bring my salad out, and bring my dessert out, I'm like, "What did I just pay for?"
Yes.
Right.
This is horrible.
Very.
Right.
And
yeah.
so like the whole time when you set this menu up and you're looking at your people, you're like, okay, we got to have this. And like when you just mentioned all those courses, it's
They're
like,
totally
well, you've got to
different.
do this in such a time so that the pasta doesn't get soggy, because nobody
Right.
wants,
Soggy or
paper
slimy.
towel pasta.
Right.
It's
You're
like
right.
the spinach we were talking about. Like, you don't want slimy spinach.
You already know. You
So it's
know.
like, okay, so if we're gonna make spinach, like, okay, how are we gonna wilt it? How are we gonna drain it? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can't just like, okay, we're just gonna let it sit, and then all of a sudden it sits, and you got green liquid, and you're like, yeah,
So slimy.
hooray for
sad.
you! You paid for this.
yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I loved the experience because it was just grand, Savannah, Georgia Yacht Club, once in a lifetime, maybe,
Yeah.
for a
Definitely.
caterer, they want someone new the next time. So we made some really great connections and we were memorable.
I impressed the chef of the yacht club. He was giving me all types of feedback. That was great.
Oh, that's good.
And I took it in, I absorbed it, and I applied it in the food even more and even more. That's what I like to do. I like to, continue, elevating my dishes.
Yeah. He's never been the type of like, oh, I got this. I got it all I got it in the bag because
Yeah,
growth,
it's growth.
when you're not there yet, you have to have a certain level of humility, I feel. And I admire that about my partner because he's never showed up like, oh, a piece of cake.
Cocky type.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take the advice because it's still, some form of advice that I can learn from.
It's a perspective.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That I can learn and grow from, and grow to be better and better.
Yeah, one of my favorite chefs, Red Elliott, said, you always got to be banging on the ceiling. Mm-hmm. You
Yeah.
got to be trying to climb. You got to be trying to be better.
Yeah.
And about, like, even if you have a perfect night, you're like, how can I make it better tomorrow?
Yep.
And he's that
Definitely.
way every
Definitely.
time.
I live by that motto. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's never like when we're driving home and we're like, oh yeah, we aced it. Like there's that because we're excited, but there's also like, but we didn't do the such and so and they didn't complain about it. But I think next time we should
Oh, the
Next time we're not going to do it this way.
Yeah.
The Masters, I did the ribeye dry aged steak, and I put gold flakes on them, all of them. It was crazy.
Yeah.
They went crazy. They was like
24
wait,
karat gold
wait,
on
wait, I got gold on here.
Wow. Pay for it.
Every single person.
Yeah, right.
Every single person.
You
got
paid
gold
for it.
on
I'm just showing up and giving you a great experience.
Memorable experience.
Yeah. That's
Because that's all it is a memorable experience.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it's different than ordering like Panera bread.
Yeah.
Like for your business luncheon, like you do that all the time. Why don't you switch it up? When I call businesses, I cold called Lexington County Police Department. I was like, hey, my name is Janisa Walker, and we'd like to give back to you guys because you serve our community. When can we bring by some gumbo? And
Surely they said today.
we ended up, Sergeant Mortensen, he called me back. We set up a time that would work for him.
Was he on duty?
He was.
Like miraculously?
We met Chief Terrence Green. We shook his hand. They gave us pins, and that was great. I mean,
was great.
We didn't make a dime on that, but
Sure.
they knew who we are.
Sure.
They know who we are now, and they had us back, and they paid for us to come
Yeah,
back.
that's
And
right. That is how you do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good marketing.
Thank you.
Good marketing. All right, guys. Well, I know you got 5 kids to get back to,
Yep.
and I know we don't have children, but he does. And
Scott's not here.
no, we have children. They're just grown children.
yeah.
Let me phrase that.
Right.
They're just grown and gone.
They're not here currently
not-
needing to
that's
be
right.
changed or anything of that nature.
Thank you again for
Thank you so much for
everything.
having
Yeah,
us.
thank you.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or have a person, business, idea, an event that Lexington needs to know more about, email me local@forallthingslexington.com. That's the number 4, y'all.
This episode was brought to you by the real estate agents at Home Matters, building on service, relationships, and on what matters to you. Find out how you matter and how they can help you with buying and selling your home at homematterssc.com.